committed to that, then that's what we're going to get, and you can live with any results that you get if you have a group of people that are truly committed to being their best. Again, not the best. When you're trying to be the best, then that's in comparison to other people, and that's not what we want to do. We just want to be the best we can be every single day, and so that's what it's about. So it's your effort, it's your preparation, it's your work ethic, it's your attitude. It's just, again, all the things that you control and all the things that are relevant to you being your best. Your sleep, your nutrition, how you think, what you do when nobody's watching, everything applies to that. So it's a very holistic, it's a simple comment, but it encompasses a lot.
Yeah, but when you're not a go-go tempo team like Syracuse or somebody, how much of the challenge is go with when to back it down, when to push it, and sort of complement your defense and all that?
Yeah, I mean, we're not Syracuse, but we want to push the tempo. We feel like that's when we're at our best, when we can push the tempo, attack, play with great rhythm, and really kind of dictate the pace. That's what we want to do. But sometimes, I mean, you have to. You may be playing certain defenses that you might want to slow it down on a little bit, just maybe their style of play, or sometimes it's what's going on with your defense. We haven't had a lot of issues around here with that from that mindset standpoint. I mean, we hadn't really worried about our defense a whole lot. If we go 3 and out, we punt it and go play defense. So we don't really spend a whole lot of time worrying about it. I mean, but when you peel it all back, we want to play with tempo. Like I said, we're not. There are times when we will play with that Syracuse pace, but for the most part, we're a little notch below that. Kind of a up-tempo team, but not always in that fire mode, because there's certain things that we feel like we have the ability to do, so we'll slow it down just a little.
Dexter Lawrence was a little sore, you said. Is he doing okay, and you expect him to be fine?
Yeah.
In the same vein as to what you were just saying, how much does having these elite defenses you have this year and the past few years affect what you call offensively, and maybe even open up the playbook to what you're willing to call offensively?
I mean, it affects it a lot. I think that's with every team out there. I mean, if you want to be a good team, I think that you always have to, kind of play to your strengths and protect your weaknesses a little bit to give yourself the best chance to win, week in and week out. And so there's been certain games where, man, things have happened and we've gotten pretty good leads on teams, and so you're like, well, dang, I'd really like to do some of this, but, all you can do is really kind of screw it up, I mean, you've pretty much got the game won, so sometimes you might play a little more conservative. Other times you're in a tough matchup and your defense is going to really have their hands full, and you might be a little more aggressive. So it just you got to pay attention to the game and what's going on when you get in certain situations. Sometimes crazy things happen. You may get out to a big lead early, and so you might change your plan a little bit and just let's just play smart and take nothing wrong with punting the ball. We got a defense that they can't move the ball on, and they're going to screw it up. They're going to turn it over. They're going to give us a short field. So I think those are always things as a coach that you're evaluating, and you just got to be cognizant of as you go through the flow of a game.
Coach, last week Alex Spence was able to convert on the field goal that you guys put him out there, and how's he responded since the kicking game was opened up, as you opened up the kick game?
Well, he's responded in that he's competed his tail off, and he kept the job. That's why he went out there first, all the way through pregame. I mean, literally, they brought me pregame the stats after the kicks. I think they were all 6 for 6, and one was 5 for 5, all the way through pregame, all the way through. And so we just cleaned the slate, started over, brought another kid in, said, all right, we're not going to do anything but make layups, and if you can't make a layup, you ain't playing. So, you know, I mean, I don't know how else to, so let's go. And we gave him all the same kicks, and he came out on top. He didn't win the job for life. He won the job for the week. And, you know, that's just where we are. You know, it's a week-to-week basis around here. Kind of like me, you know. Lose a couple games around here, they'll run you off quick. So everybody's week to week.
That looked to be about as excited as you've been about a made field goal outside of maybe a game winner or a late game tie.
No question. And you know what? I was excited, but I was happy for him. I was so happy for Alex. I mean, you know, just because I know he can do it. I've seen him do it. I mean, the kid's got really very good talent. I mean, he can kick it, man. It just kind of wasn't showing up for him. And then you go out there and it's, you know, bless his heart, it's a dang monsoon, you know, of all things. And now he's got to go kick a field goal. And the snap's high and inside, I think on that first extra point or whatever. But, you know, he just did a good job of hitting it. He needed it. I mean, we all needed it. And I was happy for him, too, because he just had a great couple weeks of practice. It finished up Wednesday and Thursday, just really, really strong. And, you know, just good to see him go have the success on the field. And now he's just got to build some consistency in that. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, it either goes through the pipes or it doesn't. And, you know, it's a tough position to play. It really is. And so I was very happy for him. I mean, he needed that. We certainly needed that. And hopefully that's a good boost of momentum for him the rest of the way. But, you know, they're going, like I said, we're going to keep charting every day, every week. And from when we started, from scratch, and also on a weekly basis. And just kind of keep creating that pressure in practice the best we can. So hopefully when they get to game day, it's easier.
How do you create that pressure in practice?
Well, they all know every kick matters, and then you know we're making them compete, and we're making them compete in front of their teammates, and sometimes that's harder to do than going out on game day, you know, and kicking. So that's really all you can do.
You're a history guy. What's it mean to you to be kind of in the ranks there with Coach Howard and Coach Ford now, with where you're at Victories?
You know, it's awesome. I mean, it's special. You know, because you know, if you'd told me 9 years ago, I mean, I've been the head coach. It was 9 years in October, and so to be where we are, you know, that's a dream come true. You know, you always dream about getting a job, and you have a vision for being successful. I mean, I never had a vision for getting a job for 3 or 4 years and getting fired. That was never my plan, you know. And so to be here 9 years later and you know, Coach Ford and Coach Howard and their success here is well documented. I think it's kind of weird that we all have 96 whatever wins as ACC coaches. That's the strangest stat ever. I just want to get to 97. You know, that's something neither one of them did. So if I can just get to 97, you know, we'll be doing good. So hopefully I can be around here a little longer. But it's great.
You mentioned that critical mistakes with the NC State and their 2 losses. What did Notre Dame and South Carolina do to help bring those about, and how important is it that you guys to play a clean game come Saturday?
Well, you know, the South Carolina game early in the year, there was a lot of emotion in the game. First game, that's, you know, and they just put the ball on the ground. South Carolina did a good job of stripping it, ripping it, and they made some bad decisions. And then the Notre Dame game, probably the play of the game was, you know, they jumped offside, and you know, it looked like he was offside, but it didn't. You know, they didn't get the call, and so the quarterback just threw one up, because this quarterback don't make many mistakes now. He takes care of the ball, but he just kind of throws one up because he thought he had the call, and kid picks it and just walks it into the end zone. That was the critical mistake, and you know, so that was just kind of a fluky deal. You know, and you know, the refs have the best view on tape, I can see why the quarterback did it. In his mind, he felt clearly like the guy had jumped, and the refs must have felt like he maybe just got back. But so he just throws it up very carelessly, which you would never do in any other situation. And that was a critical error in the game. And then it has special teams play as well.
Lamar was saying he played probably 15 to 20 snaps at defensive end against Georgia Tech. Was that just something with their scheme, or is there a chance he could help out some there?
No, it's definitely, just the scheme we were playing. I mean, he's our starting backer. But, we're in pretty good shape at the end there. But he, just the style of play, his style of play. And you want to get as many of them dudes on the field as you can against a team like that. But he just stood up. He just a lot of times linebackers will go up and stand up on the line and things like that. That's all he did.
It's nice to have that kind of versatility with him, though, where he can.
Yeah, absolutely. We did a lot of that with B.J. Goodson. When B.J. was here, we'd walk him up on the line. When we played Georgia Tech and some other teams, and just stand him up. He's big enough and strong enough to be able to play up there on the edge.
Coach, how much
What
would
NC State does formationally, how multiple they are, and given some of the issues last year in coverage, is there a different messaging or a different utility for like Dorian, the safeties, guys like that in coverage? Does anything change this week for you?
Well, I mean, what changes this week is you're playing an elite quarterback, in that this kid, he's got all the tools, I mean,